So we are back with notes for homework 17, and one of the things that's going to be super important for lesson 17 is this notion of cross canceling when we multiply fractions. And so I just wanted to take some time and revisit that idea with some fractions that would hopefully feel a little bit more familiar than what we're going to be working with today. And so there's a couple ways to do this. The first would be to just multiply these like normal and say 3 times 8 is 24 and 4 times 15 is 60. And then, of course, we would need to simplify 24 over 60. And we could see that they are both even, or that they would be divisible by 2. They both have factors of 12, so we could divide by 12 in the numerator and denominator. And we would get 2/5. So because we have this thing called cross-canceling, there's a way that we can get straight to 2/5 without having to simplify. And the way that happens is we look at numbers that are across from each other, so like the 4 and the 8. And we look at the 3 and the 15. And we say, gee, do they have any common factors? Because what we can do is say, okay, 3 and 15 do have common factors. They have the common factor of 3, which would divide by 3 make 1, and divide 15 by 3 make 5. And if we did the same thing for the 4 and the 8, 8 and 4 both share 4 as a factor. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then if we were to multiply like normal in the numerator, 1 times 2 is 2. In the denominator, 1 times 5 is 5. Now, being honest with you, Schlegel is not a huge fan of this idea of teaching people to cross-cancel. I very much prefer to just go about it the regular way and then simplify the fraction at the end. But when we're doing this with polynomials, or binomials or whatever, like we're going to do today, the regular method of this is not going to be possible. It will be essential that we cross-cancel. Otherwise, it will not be possible to do what we're trying to do. So looking at the next example, I'm not going to do it the normal way. First, we're going to look and say, okay, do 3 and 9 have any common factors? And they do. They both share a 3. So I could divide 3 by 3 and get 1. I can divide 9 by 3 and get 3. 2 and 11 do not share any common factors. And so there is no cross-canceling that can be done there. And so what we end up with is, in the numerator, 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 times 11 is 11. If you're a big fan of cross-canceling, today will be a great day for you. If you're a person that doesn't have a lot of experience with cross-canceling, you'll get a lot of experience with it today. But I do want to talk really quickly about why this works. And the reason why it works is because instead of dividing here at the end, like I do when I just do it the regular way, by cross-canceling, what we're essentially doing is dividing before we multiply. And so if you notice, we divided the 8 and the 4 by 4, and we divided the 5 and the 3 by the 15 and the 3 by 3. So we divided by a 4 and a 3, which is the same as dividing by a 12. And you can see in the regular way, to simplify the fraction, I divided by a 12. And so that's actually why cross-canceling works, is we're actually just dividing in these fractions before we multiply them. And so again, cross-canceling is going to be a big deal for today's work. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you enjoy lesson 17.